Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Huntsville. I am Tim Knox, along with my lovely and talented sidekick co-host Kim Savage. How are you?
Hello, I'm well.
Yeah, I just went completely blank about what I was going to ask you. That's okay. Hey Kim, how was your weekend?
My weekend was actually, I had a fun weekend.
Yeah,
I had a
what'd you
really
do?
fun weekend. Usually I don't do much, to be honest, but this
I thought
weekend,
you were quite the socialite. Not so much?
medium. I'd say I'm mid social. So we had the Greater Huntsville Humane Society dog
dog
ball this weekend. No actual sporting event was involved. No, it was
Tell everybody
actually,
what the dog ball
So
is.
it's a benefit. It's a fundraiser for the Huntsville Humane Society. I believe it's their biggest fundraiser of the year. So it's a formal event. The dogs, they have what they call very important dogs, VIDs. They go down the runway just like models. And, it's just it raises awareness for the need for, the support of organizations like this within
And might
the
I say
community.
you looked marvelous
Thank you very much.
in your black gown and your
My black gown
your
that I
date
have.
with his tux.
This is for he looked very handsome as well. But I have to say this for the ladies out there. I bought that dress on this little app called Poshmark for $44. I just want to throw that out there.
Wow, we're gonna put a picture of that somewhere here because that's amazing.
It's hard as a woman. You have to buy a new dress for any event that you go to.
Right.
You don't want to spend a ton of money, especially if it's
Which you can, I'm told.
Oh,
very expensive.
hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But I feel like if it's a fundraiser, I don't want to spend a ton of money.
Sure.
I'd rather give that to the animal. So $44, people.
That was amazing. You looked amazing. You really did. Hey, here's a little dog ball trivia for you. My lovely wife and I, Melissa, our first date was at the dog ball, I want to say 30 years ago. And we didn't go this weekend because it's like visiting the scene of a crime. We're not going to go back.
You're not going to go back.
No, it was really actually a funny story. We were friends before we got involved.
Okay.
And her dad was a veterinarian here.
remember
So
that,
every year, the family, whether they liked it or not, Dr. Cole's family had to go to the dog ball. And Melissa, we actually worked together, and she had asked every available bachelor with a pulse to go to the dog ball. And she asked me, she goes, do you just want to go with me to this? And I'm like, no, not really. She goes, free food. Back in those days.
And then you were like, check.
I'm like, I'm in.
in for the free food. You probably didn't even care what the food was.
I didn't even know what the dog ball was. I'm like, free food, if it's edible, I'm there. And so, we went to the dog ball and had a grand old time, and the rest, as they say, is history. So was our very first date.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you still usually sign up for free food.
I do.
Just he's a little more selective about it, right?
I am. I prefer my pizza on time and hot, but that's a whole different story. So,
I hear ya.
hey, big week here at Revolved Realty. We are in the beginning of February as we record this. The market here, which has been a little chilly. It's winter time. It's a little chilly. Things are starting to heat back up. I looked at just a couple of stats for you really quickly. Huntsville Business Journal is one of our favorite sources of news and information.
They're
so
great.
we spend a lot of time reading their website. Looking at this, we are still doing better than most of the country. Huntsville Area Association of Realtors released the monthly figures for December of 2022, and January followed those same numbers. Things have slowed down nationally. Pending sales down 37% nationally here. They're down about 10 to 15% here. So
way better than the national average, though.
Always way better. And, we talked last show that we were just named number 4 most prosperous city in the U.S. So the housing market had a lot to do with that. So things are picking up. The prices here have leveled off. They've gotten back down to a more rational level. Hopefully the frenzy is over, and we're getting back to what we call the old normal.
Yes.
Because this is the market that we had a year and a half ago. Sure. What's really interesting, Kim, I'm a numbers guy. I suck at math, but numbers fascinate me. When we had our training session yesterday morning, we were looking at data for the last 5 years. And 5 years ago, I think the average home price in Huntsville was like $160.
Yeah.
Now it's more closer to $300 just over the course of 5 years. So
Yeah.
we've had a good run, and I think it is going to continue as we get into warmer weather.
Very strong market.
Yeah. So
We're lucky
what is,
here in Huntsville.
You know, we are. You know, we've got a lot going for us, a lot economically. The weather here has been just weird, though. It's, what, 65 today?
It's about 65 today. Yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow it'll be like 12. So,
Well, that's what they say about Alabama. If
Yeah.
you don't like the weather today, just wait
around.
until tomorrow or even that afternoon.
Exactly.
You never
So
actually know.
what is happening here locally that folks
The
might be
happenings
interested
in Huntsville. Well, let's see what we have going on
Happenings.
today.
We need a jingle.
We do need a little jingle. If
Happenings.
anyone wants to write a jingle for us.
for free.
Yeah, for free.
We don't pay for squat on this
This is
on
a
this
free
show.
So the Hudson Alpha Institute for Biotechnology, it's one of those staples here in Huntsville. They are teaming up with a company called Urban Engine to host the 6th Hudson Alpha Tech Challenge. It's called Hatch. So that will be March 3rd
How long do
through
you think
5th.
they stayed up coming up with that acronym?
I mean, it's a pretty good one. I don't
It
know.
is. That's very good. Yeah.
So it's a life sciences hackathon where participants compete to solve real-world issues faced by biotechnology researchers and innovators in genomics, genetics, and bioinformatics. I apologize to
What did you
anyone
just
if
say?
I did not say genomics. I think that's how
Genomics.
you say it. Genomics. Okay. Genetics and bioinformatics.
This stuff is so over my head.
Not a math major, not a science major.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the event will take place in person on the Hudson Alpha campus. And Hatch is more than just a platform for participants to tackle real-world challenges in genomics. It's a unique learning opportunity.
You might as well have been speaking French.
Or Greek.
Or Greek. So, yeah, no, Hudson Alpha, one of the things we have going here, besides the defense contract and the tech, is Hudson Alpha started, 10, 15 years
I'd
ago?
say about 10 years ago, I think.
And they are one of the leading biotech companies. They did a lot of like the gene splicing and the genomics and, all of that sort of thing that is way over my head.
Way over both
But that's
of
one
our
of the
heads.
things that makes the area so diverse is the number of folks who do know what the hell you're talking about.
They certainly do.
There's a lot of them.
And we've talked before about cloning you, so maybe we should actually contact
Would you?
some of
Would
these
you
guys.
call Hudson Alpha and say, "Can we clone this goober?" That would be
clone
hilarious.
him?
I
It
would
would
just
be
sit
good.
around and argue with myself all day long. What else
It
is
would
going
be
on?
good. Okay, the Huntsville Hospital Foundation has announced that Martina McBride will be
Love her.
headlining its 34th annual Huntsville Classic on Saturday, May 20th at the Orion Amphitheater.
We love the Orion Amphitheater.
Do you have a favorite Martina McBride song? You know Martina McBride?
I know Martina McBride. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Started off as Garth Brooks selling T-shirts at his concerts.
No way.
I have a head full of junk. I have no
Me.
idea, but boom.
You must.
Yeah, she had a lot. Let Freedom Ring. What was that?
Independence Day.
Independence Day. What were some of the other ones?
Wild Angels.
I remember that one.
Broken Wing,
remember that
Anyway, and this one's for the girls. I think that
Awesome.
one was a good one too.
Yeah, so she is coming to benefit the Huntsville Hospital Foundation. When is that? May 20th?
It's going to be May 20th. The event benefits the Heart Center there at Huntsville Hospital, and the proceeds will help the not-for-profit fund select a new CT scanner for cardiac patients.
Hey, anything that supports the Heart Center, I'm all for because they did some work on the old ticker here, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they sure
my
did
heart
that
was
with
too
you.
big.
Oh, is that what it was?
They're like, we got to reduce it a little bit.
Sure, no, I understand.
I think they
that.
actually put a piece of PVC pipe in the top of my heart.
Well, I mean, that's what they do over there
Yeah,
at Huntsville
it was
Hospital.
amazing.
They just put the PVC pipe in.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to someone who is moving to Huntsville yesterday. They're moving from New York, upstate New York.
Yeah.
And I mentioned off the cuff a Garth Brooks song. And he said, "Oh, I've never listened to Garth Brooks." And I was like, surely not.
What? How do you miss Garth Brooks?
So when you mentioned Garth Brooks just now, it made me think of Garth
Well,
Brooks and Martina McBride. I mean,
I had a similar thing with Stevie Nicks. I was telling people that we were going to see Stevie Nicks. Katrina. Our friend
one of our
Katrina,
agents, yeah.
she's like, who? And I said, Stevie Nicks. She was
That's funny.
she was with Fleetwood Mac. Who?
Well, maybe she's too young. No, she's not too young.
Apparently she is, because Fleetwood Mac was big. I mean, they've been big for decades, 70s and 80s. But she had no idea who Fleetwood Mac was, had never heard of Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
And I'm like, she's on the Walker tour. Have you not heard?
She's on the Walker tour. Don't say.
She-
I don't think
she was
Stevie.
amazing.
I hope you're not listening right now.
Oh, I'm sure she's the one person who watches this show, but
Yeah.
but no, that is awesome.
That will be a
Anything
great
about
event. Tickets range from $75 on the higher end to $29.50 on the lower
Awesome.
end. So I think that's a great
Awesome.
event.
Kim, let me ask you a question. Are you a fan of the minor league baseball?
I am a fan of going to the baseball game. I
You like
think
the
we've
Trash
mentioned
Pandas?
before that
Yeah.
I don't know anything about sports. I do love the Trash Pandas, and I love the stadium. It's
The
a
stadium
fantastic
is awesome.
stadium.
Well, perhaps you could have a second career, Kim, as a hot dog vendor.
Do you think so?
I think you're a
I think
highly
I'd rather
hot
sell
dog. Get
like
your hot dog
I think
here.
I'd rather sell like pretzels and nachos or
Get
something.
your real estate here. Well, the Trash Pandas are hosting a job fair.
Nice.
Ahead of the 2023 season. Rocket City Trash Pandas are hiring. Look at all these jobs. They're going to have a job fair at Toyota Field, which is the stadium, on Saturday the 11th at 10. That's this coming Saturday?
Yeah.
Looking for people with strong energy, passion, and enthusiasm.
That's me.
Totally. They
Maybe
just
you're
checked off
right.
your
Maybe
box.
you're
I'm
going to
telling you.
lose me here at
So-
Revolved. I'm going over to be an usher or something.
I think you should go be a
I think I would
mascot.
be a great usher.
You would.
I
Sit down.
think so. Yeah, sit
Down
down.
in front. Yeah. Anyway, many positions are available. Ushers and ticket takers,
Mm-hmm.
box office ticket takers, production staff, promotion staff, and performers. You would be stunning in that
Performers.
Trash Panda
I'm not
costume.
sure what the performer is about.
I think, do they not have like the Laker girls?
I don't think so.
They should.
No, I think they have like they're not like bobbleheads. Like they're big head like cartoon. I'm serious.
they're like
they
the,
run around. They're like they
okay.
have 3 different names. I don't know what they
Ah,
are.
okay,
Like
that's
they're astronauts. It's like Neil, Sally, and someone else, and it's like a big head cartoon. I'm serious.
You would be awesome at that.
We're gonna post a picture of those guys.
We will. We're
here.
going to put in some.
Because I'm serious. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
them running around the field.
Yeah, if you are interested, candidates must be at least 16 years of age with legal work status. So, everything from ushers, ticket takers, box office, production staff, performers, merchandise sales, ground crew, food and beverage bartenders. They aren't for everything.
It would be a fun job, though, for sure.
I think it would
if
be a
anyone,
great
if anyone is interested in maybe like even if I don't know if they need summer jobs or what,
Perfect.
but it would be a great. I think it would be
Our
great.
version of working at Disney World.
Yeah, that's right. It's like Disney World. Yeah.
Would you like to work at Disney World?
I don't know. It seems a little crowded for me.
Yeah, you're like
I'm
an
being
entertainer.
serious. I'm just
if
gonna-
that's your claim to fame, you have a resume that goes, "Oh, I see you played Captain Hook at Disney World."
Now, wait a
You're
minute.
hired.
I might be interested in the Captain Hook position.
Are you're driving me nuts is what you are. So anyway, that's a lot of fun. We love the Trash Panda game. I'm still enamored at how they came up with their name.
Yes, a lot of people have questioned me. New people to the area have questioned who came up with the Trash Panda's name.
What is
think
the Trash Panda?
A lot of
Yep.
people love it. A lot of people don't love it, but there was a vote. It was like people
Right.
suggested names, and then people got to vote on it. So it was by popular vote. But the Trash Panda apparently is supposed to be.
It's a raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
Yeah, it's a raccoon.
It's
yeah.
a raccoon.
But they took suggestions. There was a contest. But
Mm-hmm.
the guy who came up with Trash Pandas, when they called him and said, "You won," he went, "You're kidding, right?"
He was like, "That was a joke."
That was a joke. Yeah.
That was just a joke.
But it was a brilliant marketing ploy.
I think it's fun. I
Yeah,
think kids
I think so,
love it,
too.
especially. Kids
Yeah.
love because it's a little raccoon coming out of the
His name is
trash
Rocket,
can.
yeah?
And I think his name is Rocket. Mm.
Well, everybody, and this is one of the things here, Huntsville, the Rocket City.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we do something like this, people want to hook a rocket or a comet or something. to
Comet,
it.
something space related,
Yeah,
right?
so I'm glad we have the Trash Pandas. But it was brilliant. They sold something like $1 million in merchandise the first month,
Yeah.
even before the stadium was open. So
Yeah, it's super fun.
the power of marketing. Other
Absolutely.
things going on. We've got this new development coming to MidCity, Kim.
MidCity.
Yep, MidCity is an area. Was that where the mall was?
Yeah.
The mall.
The mall, the old mall. Like if you're from, here from at least 20 years ago, you remember the Madison Square Mall.
Madison
there was
Square,
also the Madison Theater there, which
was.
I was telling someone about recently because I loved that theater.
They're great seats.
It had the big
Yeah.
seats, and you could like take kids for like they had like dollar shows or
Dollar
something.
Tuesday, I think, yeah.
And they had the reclining seats, and yeah, I was kind of sad.
Well, that whole area there, it's on University Drive, just really as you come into Research Park. And for years, that's where, the mall was.
The
So
hangout.
generic. And the theater, well, now it is this whole, what is it? They're calling it MidCity Complex. That's
MidCity.
where Dave and Buster's is there, Top Golf,
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, The Camp.
The camp.
That we talked about last time.
We talked about that.
And so the developers there is RCP companies. They do this sort of development all over the country. Announced a new $108 million multifamily development. Now, a lot of this is apartments, but we need apartments here.
Absolutely. Everyone needs, apartments.
Yep.
Oh, we need all sorts of housing. Like we're not,
We
we're
really
definitely
do. We
not
need more.
exclusive to like, hey, you need what you need.
Well, this one, RCP Companies announced a new net zero energy residential development, Wellery Living to MidCity, $108 million multifamily development. This is going to be sustainable living, retail, etc. The big thing is it's not going to have a huge carbon footprint.
Right.
And it's a zero net energy, meaning everything's electric, basically.
Yeah.
Which is the fancy way of saying we're net zero energy.
We're
electric.
That's how we say it in Alabama.
It's like the electric slide.
Say it in Alabama. Net zero.
Net zero?
Net zero?
It means just electric.
Yeah, it's electric.
So, but this is good news because they are bringing this, wow, a lot of stuff. Where was it at? There are 4.2 acres, 328 apartments, alongside 13,000 of ground floor retail. Development will also include co-working spaces, roof level lounge, which you're a big fan of.
Yeah, I love a rooftop
We've had to pull her back
lounge.
several
Who
times.
doesn't love
I
a
know.
rooftop lounge?
I can fly.
I think it's fabulous. Well,
Yeah.
in Alabama and Huntsville, we have tons of great green spaces.
We do. Yeah.
And we have good weather. I mean, really most of the time. We're kind of joking about the weather, how it can be 60 and then 12, but really most of the year, like yesterday, it was beautiful.
Yep.
This weekend we had some nice weather. So, it's nice to have the rooftop where you can
Well, it
just
is.
sort of
Speaking of
hang out.
Speaking of green spaces, tell your salamander story.
Should I tell the
I think you
salamander
should.
story?
It's so funny.
I had sent Tim a little graphic that Alabama is the Amazon of the United States. Did I say
Yep,
that right?
You did. America's Amazon, Alabama the beautiful.
And we'll post that graphic too so you guys can see it because I think it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
But I was telling Tim that my friend and I were walking on one of the land trust properties, which we should talk about the land trust at
Okay.
some point. But we were walking by and this man had his laptop out and little I don't know, what do you call it, binocular sort of things, and, pins, like a pocket, all sorts of stuff. And he said, "Would you ladies like to see a special salamander?" And we both looked at each other and we're like, okay.
Sure.
So he had found, he
Okay.
was there with Alabama A&M University. He had a grant to find some sort of special salamander that only lived, I think, in Alabama, and he found it.
And he had found one.
And it was tiny. He let us see it. He probably shouldn't have. Maybe he was just excited. But he let us.
I think it would have been
He
bigger.
let us look into this little rock crevice at this
Yeah.
teeny tiny little salamander, and he said, and it's a female. And we were like, oh,
How do you know?
okay, I don't know.
So let me
anyway.
recap this. You and your friend are walking in the woods.
Yes.
A guy goes, "You ladies want to see my salamander?"
Well, he didn't say it like that, but.
And you looked at it and went, "My, what a little salamander it is."
We really, something like that happened.
Poor guy, he's still standing out there going, "It's average size."
I don't know. We like nature.
I love that. So he
like
was
nature.
a researcher.
He
who
was
very
a
proud of
researcher.
what he had
He was
found.
very proud of finding
Yeah.
this discovery.
Well, this graphic that you sent me, which we'll put up, this is pretty interesting because we do have a lot of waterways here, and we have just tons and tons of varieties of fish.
Yes.
There are more than 132,000 miles of rivers and streams in Alabama, and out of those, you can see on the graphic. Gosh, what is that?
I have no
There's
idea what that says.
everything
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's tiny, isn't it?
It's tiny.
So, Lots of, so if you're a fisherman or a fisherwoman,
Yes.
we know someone, Sarah Parvin, who's a fisherwoman
Yes.
professionally.
Yeah.
So we have a lot
Bluegills.
of that
She's a
going on
bluegill
here.
specialist, I
She's
think.
a bluegill specialist.
Yeah. I don't know anything about fish,
Would
really.
you like to see my
My boyfriend does.
striped
He
bass?
knows tons about fish.
We need to get Howard on this show.
We do.
So, all right, what else is going on? I think we've covered a lot of it.
We covered a lot of ground, and we have to mention again, we have the cool new Madison office and an awesome broker.
We do. Speaking of, we are going to do a little segment now that we're calling Agent Spotlight.
You can
Kim
call
is
that.
great for coming up with names for basically, like we get together every Tuesday morning brainstorming with the broker.
Brainstorming with the broker.
And then
We
Thursday
have
nights.
pizza with a pro. We have lunch and learns. We have breakfast and biz. We have all. I have to give things a title.
I got to tell you, you're right up there with the guy that came up with Trash Panda.
I am. Maybe,
I mean, if you had given it some thought.
maybe I should call him when I need a new idea.
Call him up and say, do you have a salamander?
Let's not talk about the
Let's
salamander.
stop. All right, so let's do a little video. This is an interview that you did with Tiffany Miles, who is the broker at our new Madison office. Take
Yes.
a look.
Well, hey guys, it is Kim here back in the studio with our new qualifying broker for our Madison office. Her name is Tiffany Miles, and if you have not heard about Tiffany, I'm going to just turn it over to you, Tiffany, and tell everyone out there a little bit about yourself.
Of course. Thank you, Kim. So my name is Tiffany Miles. I am the qualifying broker of Revolved Realty's Madison branch. I am just someone that believes in empowering people, someone that is easily inspired and hopes to inspire others, someone that believes in giving the little guy the biggest shot possible.
Nice. Well, that's all good things. I love that. And I will tell you one thing about Tiffany is that she can do pretty much anything she sets her mind to. She is super active. If you don't believe me, look on Facebook. She does not sleep, I don't believe. Do you sleep, Tiffany?
Not at all.
You're not a robot, are you?
No, but I tell you, I do a little bit of CrossFit training. I've got a toddler, so we're surviving on breadcrumbs these days and water.
That's funny. So your toddler is super cute. Tell everyone his name.
My son's name is Vaughn. He's 2 years old.
And she calls him her roommate sometimes?
Yes, he's either my roommate or he is my coworker.
That's so funny. I love that. I love your Facebook post.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell everyone just a little smidge about what you're doing over there, as you open the Madison office.
Sure, our Madison office is open and ready for business. We are recruiting for agents. We are looking for new clients. In addition to recruiting and building up the Madison office, I'm also recruiting for my own personal team. So if you are interested in joining Revolve or you want to get on my personal team, please give us a call or send us an email. So we can get started on getting you that way. And clients as well, if you're looking for a new agent, you're looking for a new team to represent you, give us a call or shoot us an email.
That's awesome. So you said, you mentioned building your own team. I think, sometimes that's a great way if you're kind of not sure which direction to go into and you want someone who's maybe, can we use the word seasoned?
Yes, you can.
So maybe you need, a seasoned agent to be maybe like a mentor or a coach, accountability. I think all of those things are important. And sometimes we overlook that in real estate or, just in business in general.
Not only that, but time management, right? So you need someone to help you out with your time. I know when I was first starting in real estate, I came on what was called a part-time agent. And it would have been great to have someone that was going to be invested in me and attend those meetings with my clients for me or attend the closing for me because I couldn't get to it. And I was kind of left scrambling.
Yeah.
So that's who I want to be. That's the team lead that I'm going to be.
I think you'll be a great leader overall. All right. Well, if you want to contact Tiffany, if you want more information, give everyone just a shout out of your phone number and email address, Tiffany.
Sure. My phone number is 256-503-0935, and my email address is tiffany@revolve.com. Simple.
Easy to remember.
Easy.
All right. Perfect. Well, thanks for stopping by today. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, so I won't keep you very long, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Tiffany is a dynamo.
She is a
not?
dynamo. That's how I would exactly describe her, a dynamo.
Yeah.
She is a hardworking, smart,
Very.
and she's cool and funny too.
She is cool and funny.
She's
She
everything.
also coined the phrase dual careerist.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
She was talking about this the other day. If you're a dual careerist, and I'm like, ma'am, what's that mean? It's like that Hudson Alpha stuff. A dual careerist is what she calls someone who has a career
Okay.
and is also working in real estate. And rather saying they're part-time or it's a side hustle, which in her mind demeans that effort,
Sure.
she's a dual careerist. She is a dual career, going full-time career and then a full-time, and maybe not full-time, but she takes her real estate career serious.
Well, that makes
a
sense.
dual
I actually
careerist.
really like that. I'm gonna use that.
Can you use that?
title? Yeah. I
I'm
love
like
that.
I'm like a quadruple careerist.
Yeah, you really are.
I can't keep them all going. But anyway, Tiffany is in charge of our Madison office, and we're very excited to have her. And she's just a great agent here at Revolved, and we love her to death. So, all right, Kim, unless you have something else to confuse me,
I'm ready for lunch.
I think we're done. We are going to go do a lunch and learn.
We are.
Free food.
Free food. There you go.
So I think we covered that. So, hey guys, if you like what we do here, do me a favor, share this out with everybody on Facebook. If you are watching on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have ideas for things that we can talk about here on the show, we're always open to ideas.
We love ideas.
I mean, 3 minutes before the camera comes on, we're like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, so let us know. And we're always looking for interesting things to talk about here on the show. So that's going to do it for Revolved Realty. Kim Savage, Tim Knox. We'll see you next time.
See you
Bye.
next time.